Hi, welcome to another edition of the Middle Shop Vlogs. My name is Jacob, and we are not drinking beer. Today we have the Genders, one of El Paso's new favorite bands. How about you guys introduce yourselves?
Jason Acosta, drums.
Mona Gender, vocals and keyboards.
Lexi Amador, guitarist.
And I'm Alex, and I'm the bassist.
Alright, so want to welcome you guys to the Middle Shop Vlogs. Your first time here, right? Paso?
Yes, it is, and we are very honored to be here with Papa Joe and Mama Judy.
Oh yeah, shout out to Papa Joe, Mama Judy, and also Mike, who could not make it here today, and that's why I'm filling in. Free Mike. Yeah, he's not in jail, his foot's broken. Or something along that. I'm sorry. We hope you feel better, Mike.
He didn't mean to do those things.
Plug. That's a plug of one of their songs. Alright, so let's talk about you guys. Tell us about the history. How did you guys meet, and how did the Genders form?
Well, I had met Mona at my house. My mom had a band and her drummer was friends with Mona, so he brought her along to one of their practices. And I'd been jamming out with the band, and Mona came in and she was like, "You play instruments?" And I was like, "Yeah." So then she was like, "Do you want to do a band?" And I was like, "Sure." So then just like one thing after another, we started talking more. We found a bassist, but he had his own thing to do, so he left, and eventually we found both Jason and Al to join the band with us, so we just kind of went from there. But it was hard to get started because we went through like multiple drummers and bassists throughout the process. So that's more or less how we met. Me meeting Mona first, or Mona meeting me.
Mona and I go back all the way to middle school, but not musically. So we ran into each other, it's almost 2 years now, and she just asked me, "Do you still play drums?" And I said, "No."
Like, no, sorry, not today.
And she said, "That's cool, my guitarist has a drum set."
So she kind of peer pressured you into it?
Yeah, so my excuses were done at, word one, and then we were the Genders after that.
And I go way back with Alexia because she's like my daughter, so I met her like since
She's
birth.
not like.
She's like a daughter to him.
I am your daughter. I was like a part of you for a while.
No, my wife proved it, and you are.
We don't look at me alike.
Well, that's what makes it special too, to have them on aboard, and just also knowing Jason for many years. I mean, that's what really makes it special about this group. And there's history, there's new things that came along, and just a lot of good things. And we match like hand in glove, and it's been very pleasant since then. Yes.
Yes. So tell us a bit about your guys' influences. So we now know how you guys met, which is a beautiful story, which will be on Lifetime once we get those rights to make that movie. But yeah, tell us about your influences. I've seen you guys play a handful of times, and you've seen me sweat dancing to your music. I don't want to explain it because that's what you guys are here for. Tell us about it, guys. Influences.
Well, we have like a huge sphere of influences. I think mainly not only because like individually, obviously we all come from different places, but also generationally. Me and Alex have a lot of the same influences. We like a lot of like 90s post-punk indie stuff, but as well as a lot of like actual pop music. Mona has a huge pop music background, but that doesn't come out as much as people notice like the 80s stuff. A lot of people say Joy Division, a lot of people say the Smiths.
Yeah.
That's cool, but honestly, like our sphere of influences, I think, is a lot greater than that. Me and Alex are big Sonic Youth fans. Lexi loves a lot of music that I'm not even like aware of as an old person. So we're kind of all over the place, and I think our influences come out in our music, I think, heavily.
And with that being said, I mean, yes, Joy Division, The Smiths, Secure, big influences. Also, big influences for me too are upcoming bands in El Paso. They really, inspire me personally to just keep on doing what we're doing. And it doesn't only come from, you know, mainstream music or anything like that, or what's on the radio. It's actually, I'm very influenced by the local arts that are being, you know, displayed here in El Paso, and I think that's very important. And again, that's, for me personally, that's a big influence, which is local artists in El Paso and everywhere else.
Yeah, I see you at shows all the time. All the time.
Yeah,
It's like, you're that kind of like that staple now. I'm like, I'm gonna go to the show now, I don't know anyone. Who do I know? Oh, Mona. From the Genders.
Yeah.
Last name is also Genders, like your real name.
Yeah, no, it's not, but it is for as long as this lasts.
It's omitted.
Till I'm 6 feet under.
Alright, so you kind of describe you all having kind of similar influences but different at the same time. How would you describe your music? Like, what kind of style or genre would you say it is?
I mean, I think the closest, like if we wanted to pin like a genre on it, I'd say maybe alternative. But really it depends on the song, because just sometimes something will come out when we're jamming out or whatever, and that's what it ends up being. It's not that we're trying to make the same duplicate song over and over and over again, you know? I don't know, that's how I see it.
Yeah, that label gets pinned on so many different things, I think. And I know, again, that our influences kind of shine through in everything that we do. We don't try to claim to be like the most original band of all time. So I feel like the kind of punk influences that I grew up with shine through in the way that I play, the same way that a lot of the more newer indie stuff kind of shines through in the way that Lexi writes. So we kind of blend those things together. And again, there's even more like actually absurd things that I'm into, like really, really ghetto hip hop that you wouldn't really, like you just, and it still plays into what I do, because it plays into how I act, it plays into the way that I want us to sound. And I think we all display that because our influences are like, they're like love to us. It's like family. You grow up with music, and sometimes that's the only thing that you have to comfort you growing up. And I think music means that much to all four of us.
Yes, agreed.
So you guys have kind of created this kind of brand of alternative indie, but post-punk, you know? So that's about your writing process. I know earlier you mentioned, you know, it kind of comes from different, not just one person writes it, right?
Yeah, that's definitely true. Some of the first material that we did was stuff that Mona was doing with another kind of incarnation of the Genders in Austin. And then we put our own spin on that original first material. Lexi got more involved in the writing along with Alex, and they spent a lot of time around each other, you know, just creating music, not only for the Genders, but just, you know, for their own personal recreation. So some of it translates into stuff that works for the Genders, other stuff just becomes something else. But so we all kind of play around with all these different ideas, and then they take shape over time. Mona adds, you know, her keyboards and her vocals. She has ideas about stuff that have been floating around for years for her that we're still trying to bring to fruition also. So it's the writing process is not one kind of set way of doing things.
It's all together, and then that's what the creativeness is about, and the energy and the hand in glove. It all just comes together. I mean, we'll all be thinking about, you know, some sound, and Lexi and Alex will produce it. Me and Jason will get there, and next thing you know, we'll start flowing. And I mean, it's been like that, and I'm very comfortable with that because it's natural. It's not, you know, someone doing all the writing, and after that, it's all of us together.
get a little bit more specific is that either he and I will write a riff and we'll show it to Mona and Jason at a practice. And it helps Jason to kind of get the gist of where we're going, and it gives time for Mona to think of lyrics. So I think that's a little bit more specific on the writing process.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I was gonna say.
And
No, and sometimes it happens just organically, man. I mean, sometimes we're just jamming, and all of a sudden someone will play a riff, and it just comes to fruition. And sometimes it's hard to make it a song, but we keep it in the back burner just to come back to it and
next thing
maybe
you know,
make it a song.
And next thing you know, like it'll come out. Like next time we practice, and
it's like that.
it just comes out, and we're just like, okay, all right, well this is it.
Yeah.
We wrote another song, and I think that's the beauty of it. Like just spontaneously, like just getting together and letting the flow go, and you know, I think that's the most beautiful part about this group that, you know, is the genders.
I think that process can get really frustrating for people when they try to force it, and we're not special. Every band goes through it, and so I feel like sometimes we've been guilty of it, or we've had an idea for something, we work on it so hard, and then it just kind of doesn't happen, and then, like Alex said, it kind of gets backburnered for a little while, and then one day at a practice we just kind of jump on it and everything falls into place, and then we're like, okay, this is the way that it's supposed to work, and then it just becomes that from then on. It's a really organic process for us.
Now I know you guys recorded, I believe it was like last fall, like 3 songs. You guys recorded anything since then?
Actually, we have.
Yeah.
We have.
Yeah, we put together a new record of 10 tracks.
10 tracks.
Those 3 that we first released as a single were done with a friend of ours named Tony Mola. Big ups to Tony. But we are putting out a new full length, produced, engineered, and mixed by Justin Lea of Sound and Vision Studios. He goes way back. If anybody knows anything about the El Paso scene, he's produced some really big names around here, and so we were really, really lucky to get to work with him. And that release is not quite out yet. It's mixed and mastered. We're working on the duplication, and we'll be having a listening party and release very soon.
Very soon. Very soon.
Very soon.
July 2nd.
At least 5.
The
Monarch.
release party will be July 2nd
At Monarch.
at Monarch. We will have a listening party. That date is yet to be set, but that will be at Prickly Elder. That date will be released very, very soon to the public.
Groom each other, that's nice. Yeah, grooming. Anyways, nowadays, it's almost hard to be off your phone and disconnected from the internet and such.
What?
Well, I was gonna ask you, are you guys on social media?
Just a little bit. We have a Facebook, facebook.com/thegendersep, all one word. We're on Instagram. Our presence is more heavy on there. We like to feature other bands that we play with. We'll always post our shows on Instagram, so that's at the Genders EP as well. And then as far as any kind of recordings or anything that's out on the internet, we don't really have much other than a couple of videos and montages from YouTube. Some that some friends have done for us, some that were self-produced, and those do feature the 3-track single that we did before. Nothing with the new record out yet, but Bandcamp or something, SoundCloud, something along those lines is forthcoming as soon as the new record is out.
And now on Metal Shop Vlogs.
Yeah.
But if we get 700 likes on Facebook, I will go ahead and start up a Twitter page. So if you're more Twitter centric, you know, that's where you can find us.
That's, yeah.
Only if though.
Only.
That's been
Only
an agreement that
Twitter-
Lexi has come to about a year ago.
Yeah.
And we're almost there. So.
We're almost there.
Twitter turkey.
Twitter turkey. Like to twaddle about.
Do you guys plan to make like a SoundCloud or any other kind of, I guess, more music-centric social media sites?
That will be in the works as soon as the new record is out.
And just to touch back on that too, I know you mentioned like, you know, the past 3 songs. Are those also going to be on the record?
They're re-recorded in new versions. So we went ahead and decided that we just kind of wanted to have a more cohesive sound towards what we've been doing. So those 3 have been added, but they're new sessions from all of this with Justin Leia that we did.
Awesome. Well, I know I look forward to listening to that.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
We hope everybody else does.
Yeah.
So you're going to perform for us right now. Tell us a little about what songs you're going to play for us.
Well, one of the songs that we are going to play is called Self-Hate. And self-hate is a bit dark, but a reality for a lot of people out there that feel unwelcome to society and unwelcome to themselves. And the song itself is just about not really knowing how to display yourself in a society that's so full of criticism and hate. And it's basically just a song about not being able to do the things that you want because of others' opinions and your own as well. And it's just, it's really deep as far as trying to accept yourself of who you are and where you want to be. And you know, it's about suicide, which there's a lot of that in the media. There's a lot of things that are going on about, you know, people getting bullied and killing themselves because they're not like the others. And to me, that right there is just, I mean, it's been a big impact on everybody and the families that people have lost, you know, due to this feeling of not being accepted in society. And with that being said, self-hate is, we don't condone suicide, but it is a reality in this day and age, and we just want to reach out to the people that feel that way, you know, and we want to let them know that
You're not alone.
they're not alone. And
Alienation can be a killer, and I think that's something that people need to talk about. And so that's what we're doing with that song. We're bringing that to light and trying to have a conversation about alienating people and really making them feel like they don't have a reason to be here.
which they do.
Everybody does.
Everybody does. Everybody has a purpose, and we want to make sure that they know that through our music, you know.
So would it be safe to say that the gender stands for acceptance and love?
100%.
100%.
Viva love.
Viva love. Always.
And that's
It's
where
important.
the punk rock political stuff comes from, right?
I don't know, ask Jason about that.
It's important. It's important. It's important because we live in a society that wants to judge and hate and wants to be, you know, just ugly people, you know, and the people that can't be ugly like them should really be themselves and forget about everybody else that thinks that they're better than them. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, well I think we almost come to the close of this beautiful segment. Is there any shout outs you want to give out while you're here?
First and foremost, the Metal Shop Vlogs. Thanks for having us.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Judy.
Punk
Thank
rock.
you, Joe.
Punk rock.
Venues that we love and Heart Forever, Monarch, Alfredo, Boomtown, Hector, the Lowbrow Palace, And I think what's important to note is that the genders up to this point has really taken on any place that'll have us mentality. We've played places like Great American Land and Cattle up in Alabama. Shout out to Jacob and his family.
Not me, another.
Another Jacob.
There's just been so many places we've played everywhere, from parking lots to stages at festivals, and we plan on keeping it that way for the foreseeable future. So always contact us, like I said, through Facebook. That's the best way to get a hold of us. And we are open to all kinds of events, especially charitable events, not just things where we're trying to make some sort of cash grab. I feel like we stand for more than just than the average band that plays at your local bar. So.
And a big shout out to the local bands. Again, you know, we've been very influenced by you. A big shout out because we know how it is to get up there and do something that we're passionate about, and you know, we're there with you. Whether you're beginning, whether you've been there forever, whatever, big shout out to local bands, especially.
Shout out to El Paso.
Shout out to El Paso.
Shout out to El Paso.
Thank you for accepting us.
Now, before I let you
As
guys,
we are.
yeah, with her mustache, you can't see it because of the lighting. She has a really thick beard and mustache under there.
Huge. Like, oh God. Trim that thing, man.
Now, before I let you go back to wherever you came from before here, I'm gonna give you guys some tough questions.
Oh no.
Okay.
How do you grow a beard like that? 'Cause I need tips on that.
Don't ask him about the beard.
It's called genetics, man. No, I'm kidding. I don't know, man. I just decided to grow it and it grew.
My parents failed me. Second question.
I'm mad jealous, by the way. I'm so patchy versus.
Even though you have a nice beard. Don't let him beard shame you.
We're about acceptance.
Your music is about love and acceptance.
And weird.
And beards.
Don't self-hate over your beard, guys and girls.
Don't do it.
Alright, so that's one question. Second question. Where did you get that choker? Because I want one like
This
that.
choker, I got it in True the Consequences, and I went with my mom. It was just a little getaway. We went into a jewelry shop, a local jewelry shop, support local.
Yes.
And I just thought, I was like, that would look rad on me, so. I'm not being, by the way. And it does. I say,
Alright, third question, because it's rapid fire, guys.
alright.
Why are you both wearing sunglasses?
Easy answer. I have horrible allergies. I'm not trying to cosplay Monogender today.
Shout out to Cosplay Nation.
Well, I actually use my glasses to see your lovely faces.
And then fourth.
His eyes really are very light sensitive. It's not.
I've heard.
It's not a joke. It's not to be.
I saw that on Tumblr. There's a meme about
That's the
that.
truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. I have no
Four. What's your real name, Monogender? We all want to know.
Because I forget it all the time.
Because I never can.
You can refuse to answer if you want to plead the fifth.
Monogender.
That's your original.
Is that the way you want to go?
That's your original. And last question, guys. My birthday's in December. Will you guys come? I know it's like July or something, but
Will I be there or
Come
will I come?
where, though?
Like,
These are questions. Will I be coming or will I be present?
There's a
Can you
big
do-
difference here.
okay.
Por qué no los dos?
5.5 questions. Can you do both?
We'll do our best to make it.
One no, one yes. It's up
We'll
to you
keep
to
you
figure
two
it out.
separated because you know it's
I
weird.
think with Scenic Drive, we can probably make you come.
Yeah.
talk more about inappropriate things, we're gonna say goodbye. We want to thank Papa Joe and Mama Judy. Again, I am Papa Joe. Thank you for watching Metal Shop Vlogs.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We are the genders.
We are the genders.